Hey everyone, Super Saiyan Sanchez back here with another video, bringing you guys the Avengers Age of Ultron Iron Man Mark 44 Hulkbuster by 3-0. I wanted to bring you guys this big boy. I had to back up the camera a lot so I can get the shot in. I'll go ahead and show you guys him open. Lift this up, sorry about that. And here we are. Here is the figure. I do like this whole, panel. It's pretty cool how you can just open it up. It's just like the other Iron Man Mark 43, the Iron Man that I did show before in the previous video. Hopefully you guys did check it out. Talking about this figure. I bought him in because he does go along with this figure, so I'll show you guys that in a bit. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how he looks. Let me go ahead and close him up and give you guys a 360 view of the box. Probably gonna have to give the rotating stand some help here. It is a big box, how it was for the Great Ape as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and the box is pretty cool. It's pretty hefty, just like the other Great Ape. Purunga, it was even bigger, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, 3-0 really has some pretty cool figures. I only have Hulkbuster and Iron Man Mark 43. I do hope to get more Iron Mans. I've seen some on eBay, not too bad pricely. Price about like $100, maybe less. The only thing is that you are paying a little more top dollar because it is die cast in the figure, which is understandable. I understand that. Try not to be too loud, especially how it was with Purunga. Taking out his box was kind of a hassle. Taking out the plastic tray kind of scratched the whole table. That's why I had to remove that piece out of the Purunga video, because the plastic scraped the table a lot. So it's pretty crazy. I just didn't want to have too much noise like that. All right, let me go ahead and cut to the top. Sorry about the noise, guys. Let you guys check it out. Hopefully it's not too noisy. Here is the figure. Give you guys a more close-up view on it. It only does come with 2 extra hands. Sorry about that. 2 extra pair of hands. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take them out. Let's see this. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a 360 view of him. Alright, everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Hulkbuster on the stand. I'm hoping that he will not fall over. Hoping is the word. See what happens. Alright. Go ahead and zoom in on him just a little more. Oh, he looks great. Definitely love the color. The gold and the hot rod red. I'm assuming that Tony never changed the color, so yeah, the detail on this figure is phenomenal. I got nothing else to say. Like, phenomenal is the word to describe the 3-0 Hulkbuster. It's pretty cool. They did a great job, and the figure does light up, which is a plus. I haven't lit him up before. I don't have the batteries. I've tried to look for the batteries, but I've always had issues trying to find it at Walmart, or maybe ordering online will probably be the next best thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and show you guys what he does come with. It's not too many accessories. I guess we'll go ahead and just keep him on here. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the camera down. Let's go ahead. It doesn't come with too much. These are the accessories. 2 extra set of hands. Let's go ahead and show you guys this up close. Man, the detail on these hands is crazy. I would love to see them light up, but like I said, like craftsmanship that 3-0 has done. It's pretty crazy. I think any even Marvel Legends, you know, anyone that is creating a Hulkbuster is they really got it down. This is the other side of the hand. Same thing. Looks great. All right. And this was more of closed hands, like he could be grabbing something, and these would be more where he is doing a blast, which is pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, man, the detail here is it's crazy. I would love to see them move. They don't move. It's, you know, you can move them just a bit. It feels a little plasticky, not plastically, like hard rubber. Yeah, you could see it move just a bit, but I know on the I can't remember the name of it. The Hot Toys, the Hulkbuster, I believe you can move the fingers and everything. From what I've seen, looks pretty cool. I've never owned it, but yeah. So that's all he comes with. No stand, no nothing. He does come with the instructions. I'll go ahead and show you guys that now. Let's zoom out. All right. I've been doing this a little more, trying to show off the instructions. All right. Let's go ahead and check it out. And it does tell you that he comes with 3 sets of hands. The fist hands are included, the relaxed hands, the shooting hands. And you could do the head lighting with the battery installation on his head. You can remove the head. Kind of shows you what you can do with the hands, the arms, the rotations. Yeah, and I did find out a lot of stuff when I first got him. I was kind of like, you know, checking him out. To show you guys this, you can sorry about that. You can open up the top of his the front of his body to put the Iron Man, the Mark 43 inside, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and you can have that stand that does come with this is a stand that does come with Iron Man, the Mark 43, if anyone did see it. And this is the chest where you can, you know, light up the battery, and it's a lot of pretty cool stuff. If you I would definitely say, if you don't, here's the back of it. I definitely say look at the instructions. I usually don't, I kind of find everything out myself, but I think in a figure like this, it's always good just to check everything out. Instructions, they you can see stuff that you didn't know about, you know. Before, when I did get the figure, before I was nervous about on the Mark 43, the Iron Man, I was scared about, you know, messing with the leg, because I was nervous I would snap it, since it is a die-cast figure, and you don't want to, you know, have to replace it. I'm pretty sure there's no replacement parts, but you know, it would suck to have, you know, to break it and have to, you know, get another piece, you know, get another, you know, the arm, the leg somewhere there. You know, you don't want to deal with that. All right, let's go ahead and show you guys a pose. All right, before I decided, instead of just going ahead and show you guys some sort of pose, let's go ahead and get some more detail on the figure. So go ahead and show you guys what he can do and what I found when I did, you know. Let's go ahead and show you guys he can, you know, open this up, which is pretty cool. It's stuff I did find out. You can it's been a minute since I've done this. Let's check it out. You can open his chest, and you can open his head, and this is where Iron Man would go. There's a lot of cool stuff here. You have all the stuff rotating. It's on a hinge, rotating here. I think it's pretty cool stuff that you find out along the way. I'm going to show you guys this. And this is where you would add Iron Man. Pretty cool. You can move a lot of this stuff, which I did find out later. It's pretty cool. I think overall, like, just the whole idea of him being able to do so much is pretty cool. Yeah. I wanted to show you guys more closer. There's so much detail here. I believe this is where you could add or mess with the stand. I believe so. It's somewhere here. I believe this is where the stand would go for him, for the other, you know how the other Iron Man had it? Oh no, I think this is where the screw would go for the. It might be just for some. I'm not exactly sure what it would be for. Yeah, but I want to show you guys the detail. It's pretty crazy. The figure is kind of dusty. Sorry about that. Let me zoom out right now. The figure is kind of dusty, which is kind of crazy. It's been I've had it for a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. You can have him bend his knee all the way up. It's pretty cool for a pretty good articulation for such a heavy figure. Honestly, I didn't expect that when I first got him. I was like, wow. Like I said, he can light up. You would have to mess around with his head, and for the inside of the chest, I think you would have to take it apart. I believe it's in here. You take off the screw, and yeah, it's kind of dusty in there, yeah. But let's go ahead and show you guys some other stuff. All right, and some stuff I wanted to show you guys in the hand. Bend his hand up. Show you guys. Right, this is stuff that is in the instructions. You would pull out. There's a lot of cool, neat stuff here, and you know, like I said, this is more for the taser. I think it's pretty cool. Pop straight down, go straight back. There you are. It's pretty cool. You can see the little gun there. Sorry if I moved that too fast. There's a lot of stuff you can do here with the figure. Like I said, like I can appreciate this type of details for more of the, you know, die cast stuff. It's pretty cool. All right, let me go ahead and show you guys some poses. I'll go ahead and I'll bring in Iron Man for you guys first. Let's go ahead, and this is the Mark 43, and we would pop his body off, and I believe you would pop the arms off as well. Let me double check. Let's go ahead and look at it together. Yeah, no, yeah, you would pop his arms off right here. Let me show you guys. See, which is pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and remove the arms. I've done this once. It's been a long time. I haven't done it in a while. See how it is. All right, there we are. We do pop it off. It is you gotta apply a lot of pressure right there. I just try to be careful because I don't want to break the figure. You know, but he is meant to do this. So let's go ahead and show you guys. I want to show you guys this pose on camera. Let's go ahead and pop him in. Oh, I forgot that he can actually open a little more wider here. I forgot. Let's see. It's been a while since I've done this, so I don't want to apply too much pressure. Alright, so we would pull this down, I believe. Right there, okay. And here we are. Let me put this down. I believe you can make it a little more wider for Tony to get in here. Here we are. Alright. Let's go ahead and add Tony here. I think you would have to just kind of, sorry about that, just kind of get him in, squeeze his arms a little bit in. And there we are. Pop him in there, and you would close them up, put it down. Alright, put the arms back, which is pretty cool. And voila, we'll have Tony there. It looks pretty cool. I like this. Alright, let me go ahead and give you guys some poses. Alright, everyone, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the pose we're gonna go for. Sorry about turning off the camera. Let me go ahead and have his arm go up just a little bit. Try not to hit the stand too much. Let me go ahead and move this a little bit like that. Have his hand on his arm, going this way, bending up. I do like the articulation, how much he can fold his arm. That's pretty cool. And you can turn his head, which is pretty cool. I like how forward, you know, this is how much you can actually go forward on his crunch, his ab crunch, which is pretty cool. That is pretty badass, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and bend his leg just a bit. Let's see if we can do this correctly. Like I said, I'm very careful. I try not to. I get nervous because it is an expensive figure. Like I said, I did get this in the trade, and I just don't want to mess anything up or be the reason I broke something. All right. I believe that is a solid pose right there. Let's go ahead and get him on a stand so you guys can check him out. See what you guys think of it, of this pose. This is another thing that does kind of bother me right here, where you kind of move him around and this kind of pops out, and I've tried to put it back in place, but it just stays like that, but it's fine. That's just being picky, nitpicky. All right, I think it'll be better if we just back out since it's such a big figure. Yeah, and man, he looks incredible. Only thing I wish that the figure did come with was more stuff, maybe stuff that he's destroying, you know, because we know that he's a big figure. I understand, like, of course, him together by himself is just phenomenal, just being huge. He's a big piece, but I feel like they should have just added a couple more things. It would have made him more solid to me, but that's just my opinion. All right, let's go ahead and give you guys another pose. Nothing too crazy. We won't be going too off the camera, stopping the camera too much here. Since, like I said, he's not he doesn't come with so many accessories, but he is a statement piece in general. All right, let's go ahead and get him back. All right, and there is one pose I want to try. I want to show you guys, which to me is pretty cool. I will show you guys that in a second. Let's go ahead and pop his hands off. Okay, sorry about that. Did have to apply a little pressure right there. It's kind of the pose that's on the box, and like I said, the poses here aren't really, like, there's not too much like how it is on figure arts. They don't really show you too many crazy things, which is cool with me. We're just gonna go ahead and move his. Why can't move right here? Okay, let me just see if I can mess with this. Go ahead and put his arms out just a bit. I was noticing. I never noticed this before, which is pretty cool. Just trying to bend his arms up a little bit, like he is. I just got in the suit. You know, Tony got into the suit. Said, let's go ahead and open his legs just a little wide. Have that stance. Like, yeah, I'm in the suit, which is pretty cool. I do really want to get I really want to build an Avenger line. That's my goal one day, to have the Avengers and have the Justice League. I just want to have them side by side. That's the goal one day, just to have them. This is kind of the annoying part right here, just having to pop this into place. I think maybe some putty here would be really fantastic, but it's fine. I'll leave it like that. All right. And you could have him going forward or backwards. I'm gonna go like this. Let me show you this pose. Nothing crazy, just something simple. Let's go ahead and show you guys. Yeah, and I think right there he looks great, solid. It's not so many. I know there's a lot of good poses you guys can do here. Be very careful with the figure. Like I said, I don't want to snap anything. I don't want anyone who has the figure to try to snap it. That can be a hassle, having to try to replace a figure that's kind of pricey, super pricey. I think it goes for about 300 or 400. Like I said, I got it in a trade, so definitely be very wary of what you're doing. You don't want to break anything, snap something, and trying to go on eBay or Mercari trying to find pieces, which would suck. But yeah, I know pieces are out there. It's gonna be pricey. All right, everyone went ahead and did this new pose. I tried to use the stand, but it was too much weight, I believe, or I guess maybe it was more on one side. So I went ahead and just took the took my phone off the stand and show you guys a little review, show you guys how it looks. Sorry about my hand right there. Yeah, but yeah, I think he looks great here. Yeah. Alright, everyone. I went ahead and decided I'm gonna go ahead and do another pose for you guys on camera. It's one of the more cooler poses I've done before in the past. I think it's kind of a hassle because it involves Tony coming, with the suit, the Mark 43. Let's go ahead and move these out. Let's go move this out. And move this a little bit. Trying to get Tony out of the suit, which is going to be a hassle sometimes. Alright, here we are. And we're just going to go ahead and snap his hands back on. So it's pretty simple. I believe you just hear a click. There you are. And it stays pretty good. I think this is actually a great idea that they did this. I really wonder if the Hot Toys figure has something similar to this. Would be pretty cool. Let me see where I leave his. I'm grabbing the hand. Sorry about that. I'm trying to grab this lower half of his body. Just pop it in. Alright, there we are. Alright, I'm going to show you guys this pose. Alright, and we do have the stand for this. And let's see. And the stand can go in here. It does go inside. Let's see. Can pop it in there, I believe. Alright, so we'll go ahead and remove his hands. Move him back. Alright, we're gonna move those hands, and I have his hands where he is flying. Let's go ahead and see how this goes. I do like how these are just simple, just move, pop them back in. I get kind of nervous with popping arms back in on Mayfix or Figuarts because I know you can snap the pegs, and it's the only thing that sucks. The wrist pegs can just snap, and it can be scary at times. I do like what they did here through Zero. I think it's pretty cool. Did a fantastic job. All right, let me go ahead and get his flames for his hand. Sorry about that. I did have the flame for the hands, flame for the feet. We're gonna do a cool pose of Tony flying out of the Hulkbuster, which would be pretty cool. All right, so go ahead and bend his knee up. His knee, something similar to here. Let's go ahead and see how we do this. Right about there. And like I told you before, if anyone did see the last review, you can extend his leg out, which is pretty cool. That is definitely a plus from Theory Zero. That's probably why I wouldn't mind collecting a little more. All right, we're gonna have him looking up, and we are gonna do the pose where he is like flying. So we gotta give it the illusion that he is flying out of the suit. And we'll go ahead and have him lean a little forward, or maybe just up. And of course we have to pop the back piece here on the butt. Let's go ahead and grab him on the stand and put this in, just so we can get a good pose here. I'm trying to figure out if this is gonna, I don't know why it's not staying in there. So let's check this out. Alright, I believe that this thing is wiggly, which is kind of scary, but let's go ahead and try it a different way. I'm not sure if it makes a difference if I put it on this side or not. Oh, now he's somewhat staying. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and put him here in the Hulkbuster. I'm gonna have it. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Alright, he is kind of leaning forward, so that wasn't good. Alright, everyone, let's go ahead and see if we can put this back into place. Sorry about that. Let's zoom in right now so you guys can see it. I'm just trying to find the right pose here. You guys can see Tony flying out of the Hulkbuster. Alright everyone, and we're just gonna go ahead and put him on a rotating stand and let's see how this goes. I'm nervous because he isn't, the stand feels kind of wobbly. I just don't want him to fall off and, you know, break, which can happen. That would suck if it did, but let's see how this goes. Okay, that didn't go up. Let's see. Alright, trying to see if we can get him here. Alright. I think that is a shot right there. That's great. Let's go ahead and remove the... That looks great right there. And him just flying out of the suit. Yeah. And this is definitely why you gotta have this figure. The 3-0 really did a great job just having the figure go along with the Mark 43, and you know, it just looks great. Yeah. So I'd say definitely pick it up. Alright guys, I want to go ahead and show you guys a height comparison next to the Hulkbuster. Let's go ahead and give you guys, if you guys did see my review on the Great Ape, then you know what's coming. The Great Ape. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Him right next to him, both side by side, definitely they look great right there with each other. I'd say they're about the same height. Maybe Vegeta might have him on the hair just a bit, I'm not sure. But all I know is they're huge, so next to each other, definitely. Yeah. I'm gonna show you guys how tall he was, and let's go ahead and show you the last figure. Well, I will bring in the Iron Man just to show you guys that one. But here is King Cold. If anyone did miss that review, go check him out. It's pretty cool. I did like what we did there. He is next to, there he is, right next to him. Of course, King Cold being on the shorter end, but doesn't matter. All right, and since, you know, we'll go ahead and leave him in there and bring you guys the Iron Man Mark 43. All right, here we are. You guys can see the comparison. I think that it's great. I think that they go well together. They look great. That's my opinion, you know. Hopefully you guys, if you guys do have the figure, let me know what you guys think of him. All right. And overall, I want to say that this figure is phenomenal. I know I say that a lot about a lot of figures that I do have. I truly mean it with this one because he is a big boy. He's hefty, die cast, so many moving parts. Pose is, you know, you get to do a lot of poses. You know, you can put the Iron Man in here, definitely pretty cool. You can move him around. You can't light him up. I haven't done that, so hopefully I will do it one day. Maybe I'll do an update on this, but I just gotta say, man, this figure is one of my, this is definitely top 5 in my collection. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to trade it. I don't want to sell it. I want to keep it. It's a really cool figure. I'm gonna say this figure is a solid 10 out of 10. I don't really say that about a lot of figures, so definitely if you don't have this figure in your collection, get it. 3-0 knocked it out of the park with this Hulkbuster, for the size and for the price. I know when he came out, I believe he was 300 bucks. I think he might be around somewhere around there, 300 to 400. You are not missing. You're missing out if you don't have this in your collection. Definitely get him. You'll like him. Definitely add the Iron Man to him as well. I know there's a whole bunch of other Iron Mans, but this is the one from the Age of Ultron. Pretty cool. So if you guys don't got it, go grab it. So, you know, thank you guys for watching. Continue to subscribe and to like the videos. I'm trying to push as much content out as I can, so hopefully you guys keep looking out for that. Thank you guys for watching. Super Saiyan Sanchez out.